hours, that's how long it took. 72 hours in and I was hooked. You knew it was me.
Hey guys, welcome back to Wedding Wednesday. I have a very special, the most important guest. This is my wedding planner. This is Jessica Sloane. She is an incredible wedding planner. You've done a lot of incredible weddings. Just like brag on yourself for a second.
Ooh,
just you gotta.
Okay. Oh, I don't want to. Okay.
Wedding Wednesday tax. Brag on yourself.
Done. A couple artists. Randy Hauser.
Oh.
Shay Mooney of Dan and Shay. Kelly Clarkson was a client. I didn't do her wedding, but I did an event for her this past year.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. I have a Titans players wedding coming up this summer.
So the reason that I really wanted to work with Jessica is because all of her events and weddings are really based on like kind of the mood and the feeling and like the emotion of everything, and the look of that all kind of ties back to that main root.
Yeah.
And I really want that. And I always say I'm so whimsical and I'm so like, oh my gosh, if it doesn't match the feeling, then I'm like, what's the point? So
we talk a lot about your aesthetic and what you valued. I think we were going to talk a little bit about a creative session that we've already done together.
Yes.
You want me to explain a little bit about that?
Yes.
So I take my clients through an exercise. It's usually kind of fun, and they get to pick out words that they really resonate with. And I always kind of talk about like, don't think about your wedding as much as like, what do you value? What's important to you? So we first talk about those words, what they mean to you, and then kind of relay that to how you want your wedding to feel and be experienced. And then we do a similar thing with images too. So we do a visual and a word exercise and end up making your mood board.
Mood board was hard for me because she gets out her computer and she has like all these albums, and she's like, okay, choose the ones that you don't necessarily visually, like it's not like you want the wedding to look like this, you just based on like how you feel about the photos. And then at the end she tells you there's only 4 pictures in the mood board, so I was like selecting, you know, like
you have to edit down.
Yeah, but we came to a good one.
Yes, and it's a 4 images. I do 4 just because I want it to be really selective and read as one picture. So that it's a stronger image.
Yes.
And it's not literal. It's not like, oh, we're going to use these colors for sure, whatever. We get to that later, obviously. So, yeah.
A mood board. Yeah. I mean, obviously, it's very warm.
It is.
That's something that I kept saying to you. I was like, warm.
And it's a little neutral, I would say.
Okay.
Earthy, like the colors. So, in the mood board, really what we're looking for is just to capture an overall mood, overall feeling, overall aesthetic. Not, again, literally not. There are flowers in her mood board, and we're not looking at like using those exact flowers, but we are literally looking at some of the colors that she chose. So it does, this is like your color palette. A very famous question people like to ask a lot.
What are your colors?
What are your colors?
So many people have asked me that, and I'm like,
yeah,
neutral.
Right. Right. It's very popular to say what is your wedding colors. So instead, like this gives you a little bit of a baseline or a foundation to look at and kind of say, well, here's my color palette, or this is the range that we're using. One
Picture on the mood board that like I was like, wow, that really gets me, was the cups. And I remember Jessica told me, she was like, what does that picture say to you? And I was like, it feels like a party and everybody's just having such a good time that they just had to set their cups down and
it tells a story.
It tells a story.
It tells a story. So a lot of what I do is I present options and ideas to kind of keep the process going, I would say. And my goal is to help you be more organized as well.
I need that. I know, like example is when we were looking at invitations, she sent me a link to all of the invitations and she was like, you know, here's the new 2018 invitations, and I was like, can you narrow it down to your favorites? And then I'll just pick from there, and then it worked out great. Yeah.
Literally sat down today and typed in all the information to get it done. Yes. So now it's done. They're ordered.
I've got the email on my phone. We have ordered the invitations. It's a great day. Yeah. All right, so Jessica is currently is currently helping, actually doing all of the invitations for me. I feel like making them look beautiful because I don't trust myself, so it's gonna be awesome. Thank you, no thank you, really. This is exciting. Jessica's amazing. We have a lot to go so far, but I feel like we've also gotten a lot done.
We have.
And I love coming to her office. It's so cute.
Oh, thanks.
Like, look at this place. It's just so good. So yeah, follow her if you have a wedding or an event. Highly recommend. And this is not the last you'll be seeing of Jessica. I just thought I'd introduce you to her because you're going to be all up in that wedding day video. You know that?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. 100%.
Yep. She's coming to the beach.
Yeah. I'll have frizzy hair. It'll be great.
Oh, I didn't even think about the frizzy hair.
Humidity. It melts in September. It's okay.
I gotta wear my hair
It
up.
won't be so much. It won't be so bad.
Yeah.
I was just, you know, just joking. Be on Instagram if you want to. Jessica Sloane with an E on the end.
There it is. And I'll put all of that in the description box below. But
Awesome.
Thank you guys for watching. See you next week. And thank you for being on my wedding Wednesday.
Absolutely.
Let's continue planning my wedding.
72 hours, that's how long